Welcome back out to another race. This is Daily Race C, the Joker of the Week. I didn't even get the race recorded because you wouldn't want to hear what happens up here at turn 1, so we're going to do it this way. Just keep your eye out there on number P8 there, Mr. Mike. He is the Joker of the Week this week. This was a good race other than right, a few things we're going to point out here. Now we start out in a good run here. We tuck in tight with everybody almost. Well, not completely tight because turn 1 is murder. And automatically here comes P8 straight on through. You don't know where the brakes are. We still try to keep it tight with him. We're figuring, you know, he just overshot it. So we tuck in right here. We'll stay right with him, giving him space. And I'm hunting a way to get around him because he's zigging and zagging. And he's holding me and the rest of us up. I'm holding Drinky Air up, number 8. Because of my car. Now I could have raced with number 8 there all day. I mean, we have a little bumps with each other, but you know, it's racing. We're all trying to keep it pretty smart down through here. Come sliding in there. I was trying to get on the inside. Number 8 gives me a little boost there in the corner. See a little dent. Another little tap. Like I say, number 6 is holding us up bad. I cross over right here, try to get on the inside. So I could do a crossover right here. Now I get to make the move done and he cuts plumb over to me, trying to take me out. So I move way over to the right and get plumb out of the racing line, which puts number 8 dead on me. I mean, he's all over me. He's pushing me now. And here I go. Mike goes with me. Number 6 never let out of it. I'm trying to still race with him even though I'm pretty heated right here. And then he does this stuff. Boom. And then crisscross. Tries to do it again. Boom. I've seen him both times, so I just let out of the throttle. At this point, my race is only with that dude. Because he's done jammed up my whole race. Done got me plumb out of the race thought here. I'm trying to talk myself out of one thing here, and that's retaliating him. So I go into the pits just to calm down, and I get plumb crazy right there. Let dude go on by. I didn't want to come out in front of him. Didn't want to slow him down anymore than I already were. And number 13 back there is doing all he can do to hit that pretty blue car. We stay on our race line best we can through here, even though I get to pushing it right through here to get away from him. And all out, so that car I was in really didn't have to push too much to get away from him. Because I go into the pits just to calm down here. Best thing you can do, especially if you're just here for the driver rating and your safety rating, which mine took a hit all week last week at Monza and then a little bit here. Now we're going to keep an eye on Mr. Mike here for a minute. His car is running. It ain't running natural through the turns. See, watch that thing zigging and zagging. It will not take the turns. To me, it looks like he's using a handheld controller where the car front end's moving back and forwards, pushing through the turns like he ain't got enough steer. Now, I don't know what was going on, but he needs to go back to his settings. I got a 3-second slowdown for going into pit way I did. Right at the moment, the only car I'm whooping is number 12. I didn't pick the car with the performance points that everybody was running. I got the car that was right below the same amounts, just to see how it acted. And plus, I was able to drive it pretty comfortable. And that's what I was trying to get, was just a good race, to trying to get my driver rating, safety rating up. I'm hoping the higher you go, the better the racing gets. There he goes. See, I think something's wrong with these settings. He's not got enough, his car's not reacting right in the turns. So them cars just supposed to roll around through her smoothly around. Keep it smooth and tight around through her. And it's not jerking back and forth and wobbling. It must be a technical issue or something. Maybe he's just having difficulty with something. I don't know. Oop, in the rocks again. The whole time we're still reeling him in. It's easy to do when you're doing a lot of that. Every turn. I ain't kicking on nobody now. It's like I'm saying, he might have the difficulty, because look how it's acting in the turns. It won't turn, it's jerking back and forth. He's got some kind of setting on that's interfering with it. I adjusted some settings on my wheel the other night, and at Monza I was running, before I was running in the mid 152s, and after I done the adjustment I was in the mid 151s, so I almost took a second off my time, and I just adjusted my feedback to number 5 instead of up high like I had it. I put it on 5, and I lowered my traction down lower on the car now, and it acts a lot better. I don't have to run the traction so high. I can run it down on like traction 0 to 1, depending on the track, which I run it on 2 or 3 just to keep it in a safe run. But when I do my hot laps, I can put it plumb out on 0, and it does pretty decent. See, he's every now and then it holds a decent line, then it gets that twitch in the front. That's what's causing his time loss. See how it's twitching there? Like he's like he's using a D-pad. Now we're reeling in him good right here. By this point I done calmed down, so I was ready to race right with him if he wanted to. I would even bump drafted him if it had worked with me, but they need to fix their penalty system a little different for stuff like this. But I know this is beginners up, because I'm like a DS, and I'm about to change that because my meter's almost full with points. So I like to figure out where you go to look at that at. If anybody knows, let me know in the comment. How do you go check your driver rating by points? They bound to be somewhere. I get under him right here, and boom, he comes straight across the track at me. Now, I don't know if he got hung up on the curbing or he was trying to take me out, because watch right here, he don't let it into the brake. He's going straight for me, so I upshift and go a little faster to the turn to get away from him, which puts me in a bad racing line up through here. I'm struggling with it. Can't get the front end down where it needs to get grip, so I go off track a little bit. And he about catches me again, which if he would have been trying to race me, he would have got away from me. But instead, he's trying to take me out, so you watch him, boom, trying to get me. Oh man, what a joker. I don't know what his deal was, but I've never raced with him and hope I never do again, unless he does better. We're gonna put him on the joker list though. Now he takes himself out though, but we drive away from him. Now we're gonna concentrate on a few little battles in their lines here, because they was running a fast line. Oop, a little twitchy through there. But see how their cars are running smooth? They ain't got none of that twitchy, jerky stuff going on. I think he had something going on with these, something, I don't know what it is. But it is not turning right. Woo, he's coming around there tight. Now look where Drinky's at. He's in the top 5 where he should have been. If Mike wouldn't have tucked me out, I was wanting to tuck in behind him and just let him drag me around the track, because he's running a pretty good line. Yeah, if you watch this dude, it wasn't intentional when I got in your way. I don't know about that punt you did to me, but to me, I was taking it as just where Mike got in my way and I had to move out, and then that put me and Drinky in the wrong race line, and then we overshot our brake lines. So I think that was just a racing incident deal. I don't think he done it intentionally, because he's racing a good line here. I watched him the last few laps here back and forth. That car, I amazed me how it's running in the 8th place, but watch how he drives. You see how he does? Didn't give him no room, run over him, put the elbow out and send him to the cat litter. Number 8, don't give up. He's pushing it. Now he's got some ward marks on the side of his car too. Yeah, door panel. You can tell by the war marks on the cars what part of it they like to use. Now he's running a good line here. Boy, he about gets messed up right there. He gets in the grass just barely. I've noticed you hit that grass in the right way right there in that turn, and it gets the back end loose just enough. If you got the power to get back in it. I wouldn't do it with other cars around me, but you can take that turn a whole lot faster once that happens. But heats them tires up. We're just in it to finish it now. There was 3 DNFs, and I didn't I didn't realize that they was having such a battle to get knocked out. I didn't jump back to them to watch it because I was watching these top 4 here at first. Well, actually top 5. He is scooting to her. When I say he, I just mean racers. I mean, it could be a she. These days and times, you know, they don't like saying either word, but, you know, it is what it is. I call them racers, it don't matter. I'll race with anybody, I don't care who they are. As long as they don't race like the Joker of the week. This probably won't be the last one either. There's 2 other races yet. Hope we can get the actual race in them. I'm going to go back and actually do a race here too in a different car. I'm liable to try the car Mike was in just to see if it was that bad. The dude's holding a good line to her. He's pushing. But Drinky Air's holding a tight line too, and he's got the speed up. Alright, now P1 just come out of the pits. I don't think he timed his pit time at the right moment. And then he goes off. Number 2 drives straight through, and right out his life he goes. Difference in between hot tire and a cold tire. He had the speed. He should have probably tried to went to the pit a couple laps early. But you know, it's a strategy game here. All in all, this was a good race, even though they need to fix a few things about Wade. Ooh, he's hard on that brake. Brought that front end plumb to the ground. You got to coming through Arrow. You got the car just virally just skipping across the turns there. You can tell when you're coming around there with the right speed because your car's a little loose. And it turns and just twists in the right directions when you go through there. It just flows. But when you get a few dents in the rear end, it's hard to get it to flow through there anymore. It makes you lose a lot of speed after that. Now when I jumped in this race, I knew I was probably 2 seconds slower than they were, but there went your winner. Drinky finished 3rd. I believe he'd been in there with the top, with the pole, if Mike wouldn't have held us all up at there the first few laps. I like that car right there just passed. That used to be one of my favorite cars. Number 6 going across. Here comes 7, which amazed me that car was in the top 10. That person was doing some driving. But in all, that car should have been 7th. Then here we come following up the backpack, 2.5 behind. Well, let me know in the comments if you know how to actually go somewhere and check